back and they made it happen.
Yeah, it was a very jerky first half for Nigeria, quite unlike games against Zambia, against South Africa, where they were really dominant. You know, it was different against the Moroccan team. Almost all the players you can think of, from Rashidat to Plumpton to Ayinde, even our goalkeeper, she was not really as steady as she used to be. I don't know, maybe because, I don't know if it's because of the crowd, but these are players who are used to playing there before big crowds abroad. And then suddenly we saw them not really getting it the way they should get it. And the moment Chamak got that opening goal for Morocco, then the pressure was even bigger. I mean, it was over that, I mean, there was this tension, there was pressure. I mean, the coach could not even hide his annoyance, apparently not satisfied over the fact that the Falcons were not holding balls. If you don't hold the ball, you cannot really control the game. You'll be jittery, and that was exactly what was happening. And to worsen the matter, beside that terrible blunder that resulted to the goal that gave Chamak that opportunity, there was yet another goal. And, you know, it was like a pack of cards. The whole trouble now got doubled. And suddenly, in the second half, they managed to get their act together. I think we really missed Jennifer Eshegini,
yes,
the PSG lady, because she had started in previous games. I know she had injury in the last game.
And when she came in, you saw the investors, you saw the touch she got.
The presence was there. Everybody, there was that confidence on everybody. Even Rashidat Ajibade, the captain, who was also jittery too, surprisingly, and now rose to the occasion, and the fluidity came up again. When you dominate, the goals must come. So thank God the referee was observant, or do I say VAR?
Yes.
When the Moroccan considered that penalty.
Yes, because the referee was already blowing for a goal.
Yeah. Yes. Anybody never see that that ball touch the hand of a Moroccan.
Yes, he blew for a goal.
But at least for once, VAR favored Nigeria. The same way the VAR also said it was not a foul when a Nigerian considered a penalty box. Yes. So these things they go either way at times. So lucky Nigeria, but I was really looking for a more dominant, a more classy performance. Then some years ago, we hammered this same Moroccan team of Morocco 8-0, 6-0. Yeah. I remember, but now we're struggling against Morocco. So that means the teams are catching up with us, and we must wake up as fast as possible, even as we're celebrating now. So,
Tony Ubani, would there have been a better final coming back from 2 goals down to win at the end of the day? I don't think there would have been a better final. Winning 3-0, yes, would have been it, but coming down from 2 goals down and nicking the trophy at the end of the day, it was truly a delight.
Yeah, Matthew, absolutely. It was very dramatic. And indeed, of course, I know that so many people, were holding their hearts, in their hands, and of course, some hearts in their mouths. It was a very dramatic indeed, that not so many people expected it. But then, Matthew, that's how football runs. There is nobody that can just predict absolutely, how a football game is going to go. These are the same Falcons that we saw that ran over Zambia. These are the same Falcons that we saw, that held back South Africa, Bayana. And indeed, most times, no 2 games are the same. This Falcons started, of course, very wobbly. We saw it, and of course, they conceded. The moment they conceded, psychologically, it affected them. Then the panic set in, and of course the coach, himself was also shouting, from the line. It got into them, and indeed, Matthew, but I must say that these are players that are tested, professionals, and of course they talk to themselves, and they came back. The changes, Justin Madugu made absolutely worked. When a change came, and I think also that Matthew, destiny, it has been destined. That Mission X will be accomplished. Because if not, the penalty that we all saw that the ball that grazed the hands of our player,
a glaring penalty.
That grazed her hand, was overlooked by VAR. Yeah. And indeed, if that penalty had been given and of course scored, I think that would have just be the end of Super Falcons. Matthew, in all this, I say, one thing is about the Super Falcons, they are very, very confident. That's exactly one other thing that also psychologically, that helps players psychologically. And we do not see this type of confidence when the men are playing. I keep saying this. Matthew, the Super Falcons, the men started playing football before the women national team. Before you know it, now they have gone to Mission X. They have accomplished. Matthew, it's just like moving from one cloud and moving to cloud nine.
Another, yes.
That's exactly where the Super Falcons, they have taken their game outside the box of what the Super Eagles are doing.